Hey guys, it's Emily here. I'm gonna start my first makeup tutorial today. I'm thinking I'm just gonna show you guys my go-to look maybe. I don't know. We'll kind of see what it turns into. I'm definitely thinking some falsies. And yeah, just a little disclaimer. I know I'm not amazing at makeup. I know I'm not amazing at filming. I know that this is not ideal. Whatever. This is just something for me to do for fun. And hopefully you guys like it. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so first I like to start out with a moisturizer. Today I'm going to be using this Cetaphil moisturizing cream. It looks like this. This is kind of just like my go-to like face cream. I don't know. It works nice. It's nice and thick. I do have dry skin, so kind of helps with that a little bit. Okay. And then we are going to do a primer. This is the Wet n Wild Coverall primer. Kind of looks like that. This one's kind of mostly just a moisturizer too. I've yet to find a primer that I really like from the drugstore, but I use about that much. Rub it between my fingers and then focus it more on the middle parts of my face, like in the T-zone, which is like right here if you don't know. And yeah, rub it all in. And then we are going to let our base dry a little bit before I start foundation. So I'm going to start off with brows today, which isn't always how I do it, but today I'm going to do that. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in medium brown. So I like to start with just brushing my eyebrows up with the one little spoolie side and then rolling up the little tip. And then I'm going to lean forward, hopefully stay in the picture. I start with the top and I kind of just outline the top of the brow. And then once I get towards this part right here, I kind of draw a little bit more of a arch, I guess. And then I kind of fill them in as I go. And then I'll do the bottom. I'll start down here and start lightly towards the front and then get a little darker towards the back. Make it like that. And then I'll go through and lightly brush over the front pieces and then making sure it's all brushed up and over like that, you can see. And then I'll be doing the exact same thing for the other eyes. And another thing I like to do, see, it's not perfect, I messed up a little bit right here, but after I'm done kind of defining my brows, I will go back in with a concealer and a little, this is like technically a lip brush, but I use it for this. This concealer is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Chantilly. If you ever want to know what color I am, it's 100% the lightest color because, let's be honest here. So I'm going to be putting a little bit on the back of my hand like this off of the applicator. This one's kind of running out, so there's not that much, but it's okay. Just need a little. Pick it up with the little brush and then line underneath the brows, and this helps them stand out. I do this even if I don't mess up usually because it kind of just carves out the brows a little bit. And then I'll usually do the top part too, just like that, and then do the other eye. Just grab a little more here. And get the top. Just like that. And it doesn't need to be perfectly blended in at this point because we still have to put our foundation and all other things on like that. So it's okay if it's not exactly blended in, but yeah, there's some killer brows for you. Okay, next. I'm going to be starting off the face with foundation, and this is the Josie Maran Vibrancy Fluid Foundation. Highly recommend this. It's amazing. You just need like one pump of it though, because it is very full coverage. To start out, I usually will just get some on my finger like this and dot it on my face, just so I can like kind of see where I want to put everything. And then I'll dot some down my neck. And yeah, okay. And I'll usually leave the excess on the back of my hand in case I want to like apply anymore after I've got it all blended in. This is a Unique Products foundation blending brush. It looks like this. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it on Facebook. They sell this brand, so I don't know. I have one of these. But I like to use this to kind of buff it in a little bit, and then I'll go in with a beauty blender in a minute. But this kind of just like helps me spread the product around a little bit. And down my neck. Make sure you are blending your foundation down your neck so you don't get that weird line along your jaw. I'm going to be blending that in. So once I get to about this point right here, this is where I'm going to be going in with my beauty blender. So it's just spread out. I can still see a bunch of lines, like I can still see a bunch of the product. So my damp beauty blender right here is going to be helping make it look seamless. This is the beauty blender, the real one. I use it damp because it takes up any excess product that I don't want on my face, and I think it works awesome. I use this side because it's really good for pouncing, I guess, on your face. So once it looks something like that, we're good. I think that's good. Next I'm going to be going in with concealer. I'm going to be using the Radiant Creamy Concealer from Nars again in the color Chantilly again. Oh, and my color for this foundation is RG5. So again, it's the lightest color, but in case you're wondering. So I'm going to be going in with my Nars Radiant, and I'm going to be drawing this underneath my eyes like that to cover up those dark circles that you know I have. Just kind of in a, I don't always do triangle, but just like that entire area underneath my eye. To get rid of any darkness. This is one thing that I highly recommend doing. It really makes your makeup turn out better when you do this. And then I'll also be adding some to my chin. A little right there, a little down my nose. And an X on my forehead. And then we're going to go in with that same beauty blender, but we're going to be using the pointy side underneath the eye, and we're going to be using pouncing motions, no swiping. Make sure we're going back and forth to get that full coverage in there, but get it all nice and blended out and flawless. And then I'll usually bring some of it up onto my eyelid to cover any veins that I have. Go down here and we'll use the rounded side again. Pounce that out. Up here. And then to this eye. The pointed side again. Oh, my face is probably super funny doing this. Then bring it up on the eyelid again. So basically you should look like a super scary one-dimensional face at this point. With brows. Okay, so next, to set all the concealer and all the places that we highlighted, I'm going to be going in with my RCMA No Color Powder. This stuff is amazing. It's super cheap, $12. I highly recommend it. It's life-changing. So what I usually do is open it like this, and then I'll squeeze it so the powder is kind of closer to the top, and stick my damp beauty blender, the same one we've been using, in the top like this. So it'll come out like that. And then, okay, this is like kind of hard to do, but you have to look up and then stick this underneath your eye like this. And then same with the other eye. I think it's super important to set your concealer. And then I'm kind of just going to be getting the excess off around the other places that we concealed. But I think it's super important to set your concealer because especially with a really thick full coverage concealer like this, it can crease under your eyes and make it look really gross. So, and then I'm just going to be going and setting my smile lines because that's something that will crease as well. And then right underneath my nose. And then I kind of let it sit for a few seconds, not very long. I don't actually bake, which is like when you leave it there for a super long time, but I will then take this. This is a BH Cosmetics like kind of buffer brush. I got it in a set of like 15 or something. But I will take this brush and kind of move the excess powder around to the other parts of my face so that I'm setting my foundation at the same time and kind of using more of that powder. So I'm going to do that quick. Light motions, we're not trying to move any of the foundation, so dabbing and a little wiping to get the product away is okay. There. And then make sure to get your eyelids, because that is how I prime my eyelids for eyeshadow. I don't use a eyeshadow primer usually. Okay, so once we're like this, we should be all matte. I'm going to add some of the glow back in a little bit, but at this point we should be all matte. Okay, so next I'm going to be going in with my all-time favorite bronzer. This is going to be how I contour and bronze up the skin, warm it up. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's really hard for me to find bronzers that are not too warm or too dark for my skin tone, since I am very light in complexion, but this stuff is really good. There are 2 shades that you can get. I get the light bronzer because, you know, I need the lightest one, but it smells amazing. If you haven't tried it, it's awesome. Super buttery, not patchy. I love it. I'm obsessed. See, like, I've hit pan. But I'm going to be going in with a Eco Tools sort of paddle brush, which is really good for bronzing. This is really old though, so I don't know if you can still find it, but what I'll usually do is I'll take some on the side of it, like this, tap off the excess, and make this face. And we're going to go right in here underneath the cheekbones. I do not have defined cheekbones, so this is like a really good thing for me that I'm doing this, but if you have defined cheekbones, this part's a lot easier, but this is how I do it. And kind of just take it in right there, and same with the other side. And we're going to try not to let it get too low, but if we do, it's okay. We can clean it up with a little bit of translucent powder. But I'm also going to be taking this on the forehead and connecting it down the side of the temple to the cheek, and on the other part of your forehead, and same thing on that side. And then also a little under the chin and jaw to give that a little definition. And I like to do a little on my nose, just to warm up the middle of my face a little bit. After this point, I will usually go back in with this blending brush from BH Cosmetics and kind of just give everything a little blend, if you will. Just to make sure everything's looking super natural and not too patchy. And then I'm going to go back in with a little more bronzer, just on those cheekbones, to make sure everything's looking good. So next I'm going to go in with blush. I'm going to be using the Milani Big Blush in the color Luminoso. This is beautiful. I highly recommend it. It's my favorite blush from the drugstore. And to apply it, I'm going to be using this Real Techniques blush brush. It looks like this. It's a fluffy brush. I love it. I'm just going to be going like this, taking some on the brush, tapping off the excess. And I like to do it, I don't like that big stripe of blush, so I just like a little bit on my cheeks. Blend it back really in with the bronzer. I love this blush because it has a little shimmer to it, so it makes my skin look really radiant and pretty like that. And then again, we're going to go back in with a blending brush from BH Cosmetics and blend the blush in like so. And then I'm going to clean up any bronzer that got a little too low down here using my Beauty Blender and my RCMA translucent powder again. I'm just going to grab a little bit on the tip. And sharpen up that bronzer. This can be wiped away anywhere from immediately to 5 minutes. I like to leave it for just a few seconds because I don't want it to be too sharp. I want it to be natural. This isn't me trying to contour crazily. I'm just making sure that it's flattering and not bringing down that muddy color too much. So I'm going to wipe it away right now and then blend at the same time. And you'll see that that really cleans up that under area right there, so making sure that it's all cleaned up. So next, everyone's favorite part, I know, I'm going to be going in with highlighter. I will be using the Becca Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill, my idol. I love you, girl. Shouts out. And I'm going to be using a Physicians Formula setting brush to apply my highlight today. I'm going to be putting it on the high points of my cheekbones right here, and then wrapping it around my eyebrow like that. And same with the other side. I like a generous highlight, so feel free to not make it so blingy, but I like a lot, so I'm gonna go a little crazy here. And then I'll also put some on my upper lip like this to kind of highlight that cupid's bow, and then I'll take some on my finger and put it on my nose and drag it up a little bit. Okay, so I think we are all set with the face, which is exciting, yay. So I will start with the eyes now. I'm going to be going in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette and a Morphe E27, which is this big fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to be going in with this top shade right here, which is called, I think that's Lattice. I don't know, I could be wrong, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to be getting some on my brush like that, tapping off the excess, getting a little more, tapping again. And I'm just going to be setting my entire eyelid with that light banana color, just so that we have smooth blending for all the brown that we're putting in, like that. And then next I'm going to go in with this other color on the top over here, this orangier one, which is like a really good color for my skin tone. It's a good color to blend into. Orangey tones are like an orangey warm eye, and it looks a little nuts right now, like a lot of orange, but I'm just going back and forth with blending motions. I'm holding my brush at the very end so that it's not precise, it's just all over blended. And then I always like to open my eyes and make sure that the product is exactly where I want it. And same thing with the other eye. Back and forth windshield wiper motions. Sorry, my camera turned off, but lots of blending. That's the key to a nice eyeshadow look, is blending for sure. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go back in with this palette, and I'm going to grab that same brush that I used to apply the darker brown. I'm going to grab some of this reddish brown right here and focus that more towards the outer part of the crease to add some dimension in the corner out there. And same thing with last time, I'm more just putting the product down with this one, and I'm going to blend it out with a bigger one. But focusing this dark red brown, kind of dabbing it in there like this. And then going back in with whatever's left on this brush, no excess orange this time. Just blend it out a little bit. And then, after that, so that's kind of, crease is pretty much done. I'm going to be going in with this Morphe 35T palette. I love this for the shimmers in it. I'm going to be picking up, I gotta open it. This golden shade right here. That one right there. And I'm going to be using a E10 Morphe brush, and I'm going to be spraying that with some setting spray to kind of liven the color up a little bit. And this is my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I'm just going to be spraying my brush like this before going into the color. And this is just going to give it sort of a metallic-y kind of look on the eye. So I'm going to be holding my brush like this. I am going to drag on my eye, even though you're not supposed to do that. And just put the color down. As you can see, it gives it like a really pretty foiled metallic-y kind of look. Like that. Do you see how beautiful that is? And then I'm going to be spraying my brush again and going in on the other eye. Just picking up that product, pulling at my eye and getting the lid there. I love spraying my colors before I put them on my eye. It just gives it such a unique look. Okay, back in with this big blending brush. I'm going to blend out the edges so that there's no harsh lines between the foiled color and the other browns. And we are done with the top, the eyelid. Okay, there we go. There's a closer look. If you want to see what they look like. I'm really loving it. I do have a little fallout, so I'm going to take this big blending brush that I've been using and kind of just swipe underneath the eyes. And away it goes. Good. Okay, so now we're going to start on the, what do you call it, the bottom of your eye, I guess. And I'm going to be going back in with my Kat Von D palette and picking up that reddish color that we put in the corners of the eye. I'm using this little pencil brush from Morphe. It's the E36. And I'm going to have to get kind of close to the camera here, but blending it on your lower lash line there. That's the word I was looking for, lower lash line. Not on your waterline, but like under where your eyelashes are. Just blending that out. That gives a really good pop to the eye. And it also covers up if you have any wrinkles under your eye, covers that up pretty well too. And then I'm going to be taking this eyeliner from Neutrogena. It's a Nourishing eyeliner. Does it have a color? Maybe 10. Oh yeah. Cosmic Black 10. And then I'm going to be taking that underneath on my lower lash line, pulling down into the waterline. I'll be applying this black. That'll give a really good pop of color. Like that. And then I'm going to attempt to do some falsies for you today. Maybe some liner first though. How about it? I am going to do liner with the Kat Von D tattoo liner in the color Trooper. Not sure how much of this I'm going to be able to get on camera because I'm going to have to get really close. But I'm thinking probably just a line across, no wing today. That's a tall order for my first video. So if you can see, I'm not sure if you guys can still see this. I'm going to bring my mirror pretty close so maybe you can watch. But I'm dragging my eye out, starting right here and staying really close to the lash line. And just lining the top of my eyes like that. Making sure to pull it out all the way. I like to use the side of the pencil when I do it. Or it's not a pencil, it's like a felt tip, but the side of the felt tip to make sure I get a nice smooth line. And dragging that all the way out to the side again. Just like that. Here's my cap. Alright, so now I'm going to prep some falsies. I am going to be using the Ardell Soft Touch 162 pair in black. I think that's what they're called. I don't know if they have another name. I couldn't see that on the box, but they look like that. They're really wispy and fun. And then for glue, I'm going to be using the Duo Eyelash Adhesive in Clear White. This is like just the original one. It's pretty good. I've heard that there's better ones, but this is from the drugstore, so it's really easy to get your hands on. Here's a closer look at the lashes again. They're so beautiful. So I put lashes on sometimes, but I'm not amazing at it, so let's hope that I can get it on. These are pretty long, so I might have to trim them. Let's see. I'm going to take a segment off. So like one little chunk of eyelashes. Just make them a little shorter. You always want to, if you're going to be trimming your lashes, take it off from the inner corner because the outer corner is usually kind of where the drama is. But I'm probably just going to put these on and not record it. Show you the final result. I'll still be using the Kat Von D Trooper liner just to go over my lashes and my eyeliner a little bit to blend them in. And same with the other eye. And then I will be meshing them together with a little mascara. I'm going to be using the the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Just a little bit because we don't want to ruin like the beauty of the lashes, but this just kind of helps to blend your natural lashes and your falsies together a little bit. Concentrate it towards your natural lashes and not the tips of the falsies. Just like that. And then I'll be doing a little mascara on the bottom as well. Sorry, I have to stick my tongue out. Just a little bit though. And then I'll let that dry. And then I will be going in with a little bit of the all-nighter, Urban Decay all-nighter makeup setting spray again, just to set my entire face. And then we'll do lips, my favorite part. So I just want to make sure those bottom lash lines are... I do a lot because I love the effect of the spray. It kind of like makes the powder soak in and become like a liquid, so it's not a big cakey mess. It makes it look really smooth and natural, as you can see. And then I'm going to be showing you guys my very favorite lip combination. It includes 3 things, I know. It's kind of a hassle, but it is the Kylie Jenner Lip Kit in Candy K. I used both the liner and the liquid lipstick, and then also some Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the color Milkshake. So what I first do is I take the liner and I line my lips, and usually I'll overline them. I made sure that my pencil is nice and sharp. It kind of looks weird, but it's sharp. And I make this face. And then, okay, I'm going to kind of show you guys how to overline your lips a little bit too, but you kind of just go along your normal lip line, and then if you want to overline the bottom part, you concentrate it towards the middle. Like that. And then I'm going to do the top. And usually I won't overline the top too much. Maybe just a little bit to make it even, but so then usually I'll kind of fill in the sides a little bit. And then I will take the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Milkshake, and I'll kind of just swipe that along the bottom lip and rub it in with my lips. Kind of like that. And then I'll rub it around, and sometimes I'll wear it just like this, but this is a little bit like nudie pinky for me. I like to add a little bit more brown back into the look, so I'll take the Candy K Lip Kit in the liquid lipstick part of it, and I'll kind of just dab it and rub that in too until I'm like satisfied with the color. Just like that. Okay, so here's the final look, guys. Very bronzy, very fall. I'm totally loving it. This is definitely something I would wear for a night out or just around town, whatever, you know, who knows. But it's great for fall. Would I normally wear lip falsies? Absolutely not, but it's just kind of a fun little thing to do on camera. I just want to say thank you very much to whoever stuck through to the end. I know it was kind of long, but this is something that I love. This is something that I've been wanting to do. I love makeup. Everyone knows that. So I just want to say thanks for coming along for the ride with me. Let me know if you want to see more of this or what you want to see or whatever. I don't know. I'm no Jaclyn Hill, no Manny MUA, whatever, whoever your favorite blogger is, whatever. But I would like to share what I love with other people, and that's just what I want. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!